Hi everyone, hope you're keeping well and safe during this lockdown. Hopefully we'll be back on the golf course very soon. Very hopeful that we might be back in April. But just wanted to do a quick video with you today, just discussing the topic of distance control, and something that you should look at kind of when you get back playing, hopefully very soon. So with distance control, there's kind of two key things that we're looking at. Number one is when you're hitting a shot, where's your target? So if you're hitting a shot into the green, where on the green is your target, and how far is that target away? So provided now you're not kind of hitting into a really strong wind, if it's fairly calm, fairly flat, what's the distance to that target? If there's other variables like the wind and thing, you'd have to factor that in to come up with your distance. But ultimately, you kind of have a distance that you're trying to hit the golf ball. And what's important then is that you know how far each of your club goes, but not just the best that you hit that club. You kind of need to know, okay, out of 10 shots, what's my average? What's my worst shot? What's my best shot? Because that's essentially kind of like the area that you can comfortably kind of hit the ball into. So to kind of give an example of why that's important is, let's just say you're playing on the first in Douglas, flag is 150 yards, it's kind of really in that front part of the green, and you're there and you're thinking, I hit my 7-iron 150. Now maybe that 7-iron is at 150 is the best shot you can hit, okay? And what's going to happen is if you don't hit that best shot, and you're going to feel that pressure if it's the best that you have to hit it, is that if it comes up on your average distance, it's going to miss the target and it's going to miss the green, which is going to make it much harder to make your four, okay? So what we would be suggesting is, once you begin to know your target or your distances, is that you might look and say, okay, if I hit my 6-iron, that will on average carry me to the middle of that first green. If I hit a bad one, I'll actually finish at around the flag, the front of the green, and if I really catch it, it will get to the back of the green. So from that, you might say, John, I have a better chance of hitting my target using that club than using that 7-iron. So as you get better and as the ball striking ability improves, that's where you can begin to maybe take on those shots a little bit. But I kind of find that when we do playing lessons with people like that, there's a lot of things that we can do that I feel we can help with without touching the swing, that can help people play better. And that is simple things like just understanding that concept of where's my target, how far do I hit it, what's the best club to hit that target. Because we know that if you get you hitting more greens in regulation, you're going to make more pars, so it's easier to make a 2-putt than it is if you miss the green and to make an up down, okay? So what I would kind of suggest is that when we get back playing golf, that you look at trying to find out how far exactly you hit your clubs, what the average is, what's the best. You can do that in a number of ways. You can do that yourself, by when you're out on the golf course playing, measuring a shot that you've hit, and very quickly you start to get a real good sense of how far exactly you hit your shot, what the real distance is. Another very good way of doing it is that you can call into us. We can get you into the indoor TrackMan studio, where you can go in there for an hour yourself, go through all your clubs, hit a number of shots with each club, and we can give you a report and send you a report at the end of that session, which will basically give you the average that you've hit each club and the best that you've hit. You can go through every shot. We can also do the same if you want to book either myself, Craig or Shane up on the practice area for an hour doing a TrackMan distance report, where we can go onto the grass, hopefully if it's a nice calm day, go through your bag, hit all the clubs, and again send you that report at the end of the session. So it's definitely something that I'd like you to kind of look at for the year ahead, and kind of look at maybe over the next couple of weeks ways that maybe you can help your golf this year, how you can improve. And there are some very easy things that you can do that really make the game that little bit easier. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you all soon. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on dgcproshopstaff@gmail.com or on 087 236 5863.